Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you again. Today, I want to take a look at a pair of Kobe's, and these things have a lot of historical significance whenever it comes to his career and that sort of thing, but we'll get into all that. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these Kobe 11 Elites in the Fade to Black colorway. Lately, I have been showing you what I'm rocking on feet. This is actually just a pair of beaters. This is an OG colorway. I think it's a Saucony Pro Grid Triumph 4, but I rock these a lot during baseball season because it matches my Pittsburgh gear. And right now, the Pirates are doing really good, so I've been rocking these a lot. But anyhow, let's get to the pair you're here to see. What is happening, everybody? It is wonderful to be back here with y'all again. Today I want to get into a pair that I was really pumped about. Whenever I heard that these were first coming back, they were definitely immediately on my radar simply because of the history of this pair of shoes. For those of you who aren't aware, in Kobe's last season in 2016, they came out with a Fade to Black series. I knew that there was multiple Kobe silhouettes in it, but I think they even had like a Huarache. I forget if it was called like a Zoom Huarache, and then like a Hyper Dunk or something like that. So it even expanded beyond Kobe silhouettes, but I think there was over 10 Fade to Black different pairs of shoes that were released. Today we're looking at the Kobe 11 in the Fade to Black colorway, and this one just has so much significance because it's the last pair of shoes that Kobe played in during his NBA career, so that makes them pretty sought after in my mind. On top of that, Kobe wore these while he put down 60 points in one game, which for anybody towards the end of their career, that's pretty much unheard of. So it pretty much just reinforced the fact Kobe was a force to be reckoned with, whether he was young, in the middle of his career, or at the very end of his career. Any game played against Kobe was not going to be a walk in the park, and even towards the end of his career, he just continued to dominate. For the box, we just got a standard Kobe box. We've been seeing this a lot lately. It's got that snakeskin texture all over it. It's got the Kobe sheath along with Kobe's signature just below that. The tag reads Kobe 11 Elite Protro. The colors are black and black. I recommend going a half size up in this pair. Really, most Kobe silhouettes I go a half size up in. The 4s I can go true to size, but if it's a 6 and most other Kobe's, I always go a half size up just because I have wide feet and Kobe's do tend to run pretty narrow. And before we get to the shoes, one other thing I wanted to show is it came with this card, and then on the back of the card it's just got some verbiage and some explanation of the pair of shoes. But then also on that card it's got this cool like enamel pin, and it's got the date on there, April 13th 2016, along with a Kobe sheath. And that date is important just because that was the last day that Kobe played in an NBA game, and on top of that, he was wearing this pair that we're about to look at. And real quick before we get to the shoes, I just wanted to show you this as well. I was going through some of my older cards here recently, and I stumbled across this one. This is one of my Kobe rookies, and this one is a PSA 10. So if you're familiar with card collecting, a PSA 10 is basically a perfect card, or as close to it as you can get. This one's Stadium Club. This is one of my favorite Kobe cards in my collection. But enough of my box talk and all that yapping.
I'm holding a piece of history.
Even without the backstory and the historical significance of this pair, I would still think it was a really clean looking pair of Kobe's. I have actually never owned a pair of Kobe 11s, so for that reason I was really excited about these as well. They really do look phenomenal in hand. Much like many other Kobe silhouettes, the upper of the Kobe 11 consists of a prime knit material that is basically all in a black color, but I think there's little hits of reflective stitching in there too. I didn't really notice it when I was inside, but now that I have them out here, it looks like it keeps on catching the light just right, and I think that's a really nice hidden pop in there. It also complements those gold metallic swooshes quite well. But then aside from those gold swooshes, we also get some gold accents on the back of the shoes. On the back of the right shoe, once again, we see that April 13th, 2016 date. So again, it's a nod back to Kobe's last game in the NBA. And on the back of the left shoe, we just get 4 gold bars. Then on both the tongues, we get 2 gold X's. I'm not real sure about the significance of that. These shoes did come with all black flat laces already in them. They also gave us a spare set that have gold speckles through them as well. And then the last little extra on this pair, it has a hang tag. It feels like it's a leather material, but on one side it's got the Kobe sheath, and on the other side it's got his signature and a swoosh. Diving in deeper to the shoes here, it looks like we've got like a translucent gum outsole. It almost looks like it's black. I feel like it's kind of a smoky finish, so you can see just a little bit of light passing through the edges there, but at first glance it just looks like it's a black rubber. It is actually a gum material though. But the tread on these is very unique. It's really neat looking, and whenever you look at it from different angles, you can see all the different intersecting lines, and it's just a real cool look. Those lines also wrap up to the midsole area, and again, I think it's just a really cool look. It really gives these a nice little extra touch of detail. Towards the heel of the midsole, you can see some of that braille like we see on other Kobe silhouettes. And then towards the front, we also have a little Kobe sheath emblem on the midsole. Then as we come up to the upper, like I've already said, it is primarily black, and it does have all these little speckles running through it that look like it is a reflective thread, and I just think that is a really nice added little pop into the shoes. These things look really cool. The prime knit has a lot of different patterns within it that you can see give it a lot of extra texture and that sort of thing. I also noticed that much like other Kobe's, we do have a Roman numeral kind of embroidered in here at the bottom of the tongue. So when you're wearing them and you look down, you can see the Roman numeral XI, which of course stands for 11. The tongue consists of a black breathable mesh, and even though this upper is a fly knit material, it doesn't feel overly soft. It kind of feels more heavy duty than that. It really reminds me of like the feeling of a couch or curtains or something like that. On the back of the shoes, we have some overlays. I think that's probably a synthetic leather. And again, we get some stitching accents just coming through there. That kind of reminds me of what we'd see on Jordans or something like that. And then we've got this leather loop that comes up. On the left shoe, we have those 4 gold bars embroidered on. And on the right shoe, once again, we see that April 13th, 2016 date. The top of the tongues have a leather material in just a black color, and you can see that sheath kind of pressed in there. And then again, we see 2 gold X's on each tongue, and if you know what that stands for or what that signifies, let me know that down in the comments. On the back of the tongue, it says 2026 and it has a sheath in there. And then our sock liner is black and our insole is black. The insole on the left shoe has the Roman numeral for 11 down on it in a gold color. And the insole of the right shoe features Kobe's signature and a Nike swoosh in gold. But that was just a quick look at this new pair of Kobe's that I picked up. I actually just got a retail W on the Caitlin Clark Rookie of the Year Kobe 5, so I'll have a review of that coming up soon as well. But I really am glad that I have this pair in the collection. I'm going to be hanging on to these just because of the significance. of this colorway, being the pair that he wore in his final game and the pair that he dropped 60 points in his last season. I think they look great. They'll go with Steelers and Pittsburgh Pirates gear, but on top of that, I just think it's a really sharp looking shoe. But let me know what you all think about these. Let me know if you've picked up any pairs lately. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I will catch y'all on the next one. I'm out.